Welcome to day 3 of the 7-day Yin Yoga Challenge. Today we will be focusing on our quadriceps. Hi, I'm Tracy. Going to begin facing the short edge of our mats in a seated position. Extending the legs out in front of you. Bending the left knee and bringing the foot alongside the left hip. Sole of the left foot close to the left hip. We're going to move into a position called half saddle, keeping the knees together, taking the arms behind you. This might be a sufficient stretch. Otherwise, you can lower down onto your elbows or fully recline. Allow your body to fully relax into the posture. As you begin to focus on the breath, long slow inhalations and long slow exhalations. In Yin, we hold passive longer held poses, and today we'll be holding each one for 2.5 minutes. Work within your range of limits and abilities. You're looking to find your edge, stretch your maximum without overstretching. As you hold this pose, you will find a satisfying stretch in your left quad. After explaining the poses, I will remain quiet so that you can make this an introspective class. Try to remain still to really get into those deep connective tissues. And keep the breath long and slow, and an even breath which will create a relaxed nervous system, helping to calm the mind, and which in turn will help the breath to become slower and more even. Use your hands to slowly push yourself up, extending both legs out in front of you and leaning back on your hands. Feet in half saddle on the other side, bending the right knee and bringing the foot alongside the right hip. Moving into the variation that's right for you today. Bring your focus to your breath. Breath is an important component of Yin Yoga. It gives you something to focus on in the most difficult and uncomfortable positions. Try to relax, no pushing or pulling, and come into stillness. We want to avoid fidgeting or moving around as best as we can in order to release into the posture. Remember to listen to your body. If you feel any pain or pinching, back out of the posture. Slowly use your hands to push yourself up and extending both legs out in front of you. Counterposing with an elbow plank, starting on your hands and knees. Come down onto your forearms. Curling your toes under and pushing off the floor, raising up off your knees onto your toes and resting mainly on your elbows. It's a really nice way to release the knees and tone the core of the body, the butt and the gut. Contract your abdominals to keep yourself up and prevent your bum from sticking up. Hips should be the same height as your shoulders. Lowering your knees to the floor, coming back into tabletop position. Stepping the right foot between the hands, walk the foot forwards until the knee is over the heel. And slide the back knee backwards as far as you can go, keeping hands on either side of the front foot. If you find it uncomfortable for the knee, you can pad this with a blanket. In this dragon posture, we get a super stretch for the quadriceps and hip flexors at the back of the leg. Remain still to really get into those deep connective tissues. And remember to listen to your body. Any pain or pinching, back out of the posture. Focusing your attention back on the breath. Smooth and steady breath in and out through the nose. For the last minute, if you want a deeper stretch, place both hands inside of the front foot. Move the foot a few inches towards the edge of the mat. Walk the hands forwards, lowering the hips and coming down onto your forearms. And resting your head on your hands. Use your hands to push yourself back up into a tabletop position. Hands slightly ahead of your shoulders, curling your toes under and pushing your hips up towards the ceiling for downward facing dog. Bring yourself into an upside down V pose. Begin to paddle out the feet, pushing your hands into the mat. Fingers spread nice and wide. Relaxing your head between your arms and directing your gaze between your legs or up towards your belly button. Inhaling and exhaling deeply as you enjoy this delicious full body stretch. Bringing both knees back down to the mat. Going to repeat dragon on the other side. Stepping your left foot between the hands and walking the front foot forwards until the knee is over the heel. Sliding the back knee backwards as far as you can go, keeping your hands on either side of the front foot. For the deeper variation, place both hands inside the front foot, moving that foot a few inches towards the edge of the mat. Walking the hands forwards as you lower the hips, and for more depth, coming down onto the elbows. Slowly, using your hands to push yourself back up into tabletop position. Hands just in front of your shoulders, curling your toes under and pushing yourself up into downward facing dog. Once you're in the upside down feet position, begin to pedal out the feet. Inhaling and exhaling deeply. Straighten both legs, pushing the heels towards the mat. And then lowering down onto your knees. Moving into a position called cat pulling its tail, come to recline on your right side, leaning on your elbow. Bending your bottom leg, bring the heel towards your buttock. Reaching back with your left hand, grab the foot. As you bring your top leg forwards and out to the side. To deepen the posture, you can begin to lie down, lengthening your right arm out to the side. And for a further deeper option, hold on to both feet, keeping the left leg straight. Make any adjustments that you need, and then find stillness and bring your focus to your breath. Releasing out of the posture and rolling onto your left side. Leaning on your left elbow, bending the bottom leg and bring your heel towards your sitting bones. Finding the variation that you're comfortable with. And coming into stillness. Come into the pose to an appropriate depth. Finding your edge and letting your body slowly open up. And if you notice your tension is not on the breath, gently guide it back. Releasing out of the posture. Coming to lie on your back. And hugging your knees into your chest. As we release the sacrum and the lumbar. Begin to rock the hips side to side as we give the back a lovely massage. Coming back to centre and lowering the feet to the floor. Keeping the knees bent, walk the feet out to the edges of the mat and let your knees fall in. Resting your hands on your belly. Remaining here for a few more moments in silence. Extend your legs along the mat and stretching your arms overhead for a full body stretch from hands to feet. Bringing your palms together in front of your heart space. This is where I leave you today. Namaste. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button below. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe to my channel. It's a great way to help free yoga on the internet.